It is too early to say what targets were hit, but there are many military facilities of the armed forces of Ukraine in this area, as well as a large logistics terminal where foreign weapons and ammunition for the Ukrainian group of troops in the Donbas arrive. Half an hour later, information began to arrive about strikes by Dagger missiles on military targets in western Ukraine in the Khmelnytsky, Ternopil, Lviv regions. In the Khmelnytsky region in particular, there are several important military facilities of the armed forces of Ukraine, including the Starokonstantinov airfield, from where Soyuz bombers with British cruise missiles took off. There was information that the Ukrainian air defense is overloaded and cannot withstand the Star raid, which was prepared for the enemy by the Russian aerospace forces. Voiced by Yandex Cloud Speedticket. It is also reported about a series of strikes on the Zhytomyr region. According to the channel Go and See, the Russian aerospace forces have worked on infrastructure facilities of the Ukrainian army. Earlier, the Vex of the Russian Federation struck the Kherson region and the island of Smeny. There was no official data on the consequences of the strike, but this fact is indirectly confirmed by the activity of Ukrainian sailors in the area of Smeny. Voice synthesis performed by Yandex Cloud Speedticket. This small piece of land is strategically important since the situation in the western, southwestern, and partially central waters of the Black Sea is clearly traced from it. This text was voiced using Yandex Cloud Speedticket. Welcome. The Russian aerospace forces, it seems, have finally delivered the long-awaited retaliation strike for the terrorist attack on the Crimean Bridge. Powerful missile strikes, at least missiles, are reported on ports, railway stations, airfields of the enemy were inflicted by the Russian army on Wednesday, July in the afternoon. For the Star Strike, as the attack was called in the network when missiles go to targets from different directions, they began to prepare ahead of time. It is reported that the targets of the strikes were underground NATO command centers, Ukrainian headquarters, and underground arsenals. Information about possible missile strikes against the enemy began to arrive in the afternoon. A number of Telegram channels wrote that strategic bombers took off from Saratov and the Caspian Sea region. So, according to some reports, bombers headed from the Engels airfield towards Ukraine, Tuma's aircraft headed from the Caspian Sea. They began to prepare in advance for the arrivals in Nikolaev, which had been hit all last week. In the afternoon, an emergency evacuation began there from the port area. In the late afternoon, information appeared about the announcement of an air alert throughout Ukraine, including in the Dnipropetrovsk, Mykolaiv, Odessa, Poltava, and Kharkiv regions. It was reported that more than 50 missiles participated in the raid. They went to the targets in groups of. This text was voiced in Yandex Cloud Speedticket. In Ukrainian social networks, they wrote that the missiles used maneuvers to deceive the enemy's air defense. The air alert in Khmelnytsky, Kryvyi Rog, Zhytomyr, and Dnipropetrovsk was announced after the arrivals, which indicates a change of tactics and difficulties with detecting missiles. At about Moscow time, the first reports of explosions appeared in the Dnipropetrovsk and Kirovograd regions. It is possible that this is the result of the Iskander missiles.